Shri Radha Krishna Mai Tai Ki Jai. A warm welcome to all the viewers who are watching the Sai Adhitama channel. Myself Gautam. Today we have come to discover the great Guru, the Narayan Maharaj and his trust here in Bangalore, and the trust name is Sri Narayan Maharaj Ashram.
Om Sai Ram. With Baba's blessings, in our channel, we speak about the great gurus and their history who lived in the ancient days and still live in astral form and in our heart. Who is this Narayan Maharaj? What is the relationship between him and this Bangalore? We all know the Bangalore as the green city and the modern city and as the busy city. But do you know that in 1940s, the Bangalore was in big drought and the Narayan Maharaj came and solved it out. Let's see who's Narayan Maharaj and how he did this. Narayan Maharaj was born on 20th May 1885 at Bagalkot in Karnataka. He lost his father when he was hardly 14 months old and lost his mother when he was 4 years old. His sacred thread ceremony was performed on the age of 9. His grandmother planned to appoint him as her heir. Narayan Maharaj was not interested on those commitments, so he left his grandmother's place and all the relations as he was keen on establishing the only relationship with Lord Dattatreya. After leaving his grandmother's home, he took rest for the night in Lord Shiva's temple, but no one in the village came to inquire about him. His life was full of hardships, trials and traumas, but he had the absolute and unflinching faith on Lord Dattatreya. Hence, he had no fear of any kind and anyone. When he was 12 years old, he was resting in Lord Shiva's temple. Every day, more than a week, a tiger was coming to Lord Shiva's temple, bowing to Lord and touching Narayan's feet, who used to be meditating in the corner. This remains as Sai Satcharitra, chapter 31. Once, while meditating in the river bed, seated on a big rock, river got flooded all of a sudden. Water level was increasing mechanically. However, instead of flowing over the rock, water took a detour, leaving Narayan safe and untouched. Hundreds of incidents like these happened in Narayan Maharaj's life. He created a magnificent township in 4 hectares of land at New Bet, which was known as Narayan Nagari, adorned by the majestic temple for Lord Dattatreya. His message was everything simple and practical. Treat every being as God. His devotees were renowned doctors, advocates, professors, artists, kings of Eastwell, Indian states and Nepal, and the number of foreigners. But he was saint for the underprivileged, weaker and poor people. Here is the main story. Bangalore experienced the worst drought in 1940s, leaving it with zero rainfall spanning many years. It seems irridiculous, but it is the truth. The drought afflicted misery onto people for copious years under the Mysore government region, adjacent to Pune in Ketganpet. There lived this Sri Narayan Maharaj, one Lord Dattatreya's incarnation. Sri Narayan Maharaj had the potency to grace the drought-prone areas with torrential rainfall. With his mere arrival, Sri Rashtraya Maharishi in Ramayana. So, the people of Bangalore rushed to Sri Narayan Maharaj in Ketganpet as they were drought-stricken for many years. It may be unbelievable, but it is the actual truth. Upon his arrival, he performed a sacrosanct 11-day yagam at Basavanna Gudi, known as Bull Temple, informing the devotees upfront to arrange for a magnanimous Anna Santarpana, a feast to multitude of 1 lakh people on the 11th day. Skeptical of his ability to feed throngs of people amidst such disappear, with belief in his pure sense. They complied with his words. What could be unattainable to such Mahapurusha. As per his word, on the 11th day, there poured the merits in of foods from unknown corners, leaving 1 lakh people satiated. An outright torrential downpour followed at feast. Experiencing this, people thronged at his feet for his blessings. Government arranges an helicopter to aid Narayan Maharaj as he had to leave the next day, but Narayan Maharaj gently denies, acclaiming there is something imminent and hence he would sit to meditate that night and think the next day's plan. People ascend and accommodate him in the small room in Basavanagudi and he sits to meditate in there. Not witnessing him leave the room, the next morning people enter to see him already attained Samadhi, leaving his body. Through his holy body must be sent back to Ketgonpet. Out of utmost veneration for Narayan Maharaj, the government decided to cremate him with royal honor and rites. In Bangalore itself, as a mark of glory and remembrance for his magnanimity. That is the legendary life of Sri Narayan Maharaj. We are now seeing his Samadhi, and he was Samadhied at the date September 3, 1945. He was Samadhied by in the sitting position of meditating. This is Narayan Maharaj's Samadhi. Let us all bow our head to him. Om Sai Ram.